The world is changing very rapidly, very fast. Things are being reshuffled, changed around. Some people call it the Great Reset. So this is the apocalypse. This is the age of the apocalypse. So what we are witnessing is the apocalypse. So I am borrowing a biblical concept, a religious terminology, the apocalypse. What does it mean? Apocalypse is a Greek word, and it means revelation. Things are being revealed. Things are unfolding. A new door, new windows are being opened for a new world system, for a new world order, right? And many people are completely don't understand this very reality, this very fact. We still dream, we want to go to school, we have these things lined up in our head, what we're going to be in the future. But the future is never going to be anything ever you experienced in the past. And I'm talking of the history of humanity as a whole. Why I say this is because we are stepping into a new era. It's a brand new era the world has never witnessed before, right? It is the era of the fourth industrial revolution. It's here. It's here already. And the elites, the technocrats and the cryptocrats, those who control the world, are beginning to precondition the mind of the people behaviorally, socially, psychologically, emotionally. They are preconditioning the entire population of the world to accept what is unveiling, this apocalyptic unfolding of events, right? Things are changing, things are being reshuffled. We are in the age of the Great Reset. Things will never ever be the same again. Things will never be the same again because we are stepping into this age of transhumanism, the age of AI, artificial intelligence, where artificial consciousness, what we call computer system, will be more intelligent than anyone on this planet, billion times. So what are the dangers of this age of the fourth industrial revolution we are entering, right? Especially as it relates to the developing societies like Africa. What are going to be the problem? What are going to be the challenges for humanity, especially those humans in the geographical locations that have not achieved certain level of technological advancement, right? I am going to be honest. I'm going to be brutally honest. Humanity as a whole is going to be enslaved by a digital AI system, but it is going to be even worse for those societies that are technologically backward or technologically primitive. Because, as I said, artificial consciousness, artificial mind will supersede any human mind of this earth billion times. In other words, the age in which we're entering is the age where human beings will be irrelevant, right? Remember, that is the design of the transhumanists. Transhumanists are people who are working to replace human beings on this earth with machine, right? With cyborg or cybernetic organisms. And these people are way advanced, right? You look like primitive monkeys to these people. You look like a rat. You look like ants to these people, and they don't care about your fucking life. They don't care about you at all, because these are subspecies within us. One of my videos, I describe them as psychopaths. Psychopaths don't have souls. There are certain species of human, I don't want to call them human, mankind, that exist within us, that infiltrate us from whatever dimension they came from, and they are psychopaths. They are soulless. And their main purpose is to transform this planet, right, into artificiality, into artificial reality, because that works well for them. Remember, they don't have soul, which means they cannot transcend certain dimensions of existence, right? If you have soul, you know you are multi-dimensional, but because these people don't have soul, the physical, dense reality is their reality. And that is why you hear them talking about digital immortality. They want to achieve digital immortality on this planet. They want to live on this planet forever and ever and not die by digital, technological, cybernetic augmentation, right? Cybernetic transformation. And you hear them again talking about geomodification. They want to modify the earth. They want to modify the sea. They want to modify the air. The air you breathe is already saturated with nanoparticles, right? That is transforming you subliminally without your knowledge. Because as I say, these people are way advanced in technology, in artificial consciousness. So most of you in the developing countries like Africa, technologically backward, right? Your leaders are blind. Your leaders are often dumb, right? So you are going to be enslaved in the future. You are going to be enslaved because people are going to school, they're thinking of future, I'm going to be this, I'm going to be that, but the job of the future will be taken by machine system. I'm going to say this again, this is very important. I'm forecasting the future. I'm telling people what is to come in the future. The job in the future will be taken over by machine. How are you prepared to face the future when you become humanly irrelevant, right? Remember, the goal is to replace you. So when they no longer need you, today they need you as what you call workers. Some of you will work and make some money, you'll be raising your shoulders up because you think you have money. You're working for the elite. You see how you go to beehive, like the beehive. All the bees are working for the queen. The same thing with the ant. If you go to the ant world, the ant reality, every ant, the soldiers, the workers, all of them are dedicated to the queen. That is how you are working for the elite, right? In the hierarchy of things on this planet. So they are designing a world where they will no longer need you. Tell me the job you do. Are you a taxi driver? They're already designing driverless car in the future that does not need any driver, right? So the people in the developing world, how will you compete with these advanced minds who want to transform this planet into a reality that is artificial, a reality that is synthetic, right? Some of you who are drivers, you are already jobless in the future. Now I'm talking of the future, I'm talking of your children, I'm talking of your grandchildren, I'm talking of a very short future to in a short time, we're going to see all these things unfolding. Are you a pilot? The plane of the future will not have any pilot. You'll be auto-programmed, linked with AI. Remember, AI is more intelligent than any human being, so they can't make mistakes. This machine will not make mistakes. These machines are not prone to human emotions, right? Are you talking of construction? Even if you go to factories today, most of the, I can say maybe 80% of the works have been replaced. Humans have been replaced. Machine does all the works, and they are more efficient, they're more fast, they're more productive than humans, right? Are you talking of being a teacher? You want to be a teacher in the future, right? The future they are designing will be the future where they just put some microchip in your head. You can download any message you want instantly without going to school. You don't have to go to school. You're just going to know things by just digital augmentation, digital link with the universal mind of artificial consciousness. You people in the African continent, how are you prepared to challenge these people? How are you prepared to maintain yourself as a human conscious entity living on this earth. That is why I say humanity as a whole will be enslaved. But some of you who are in the developing world, be it in South America, be it in North America, be it in the Middle East, Europe, or in Africa, you're going to be enslaved. You will be obsolete. And once you become obsolete, that is their goal. Their goal is to replace you, right? You will be replaced. You're not going to be needing teachers in the future. You're not going to be needing drivers in the future. Even today, Japan, for example, have developed, if you go to restaurants, machine cook for you. So what happens to those cooks who say they are professional cooks, right? They will be obsolete. And what I'm trying to say is that if you look at the future, they will design a world run by machine system, right? So as the AI is running the world, humans are obsolete. They don't need humans anymore, and that is when they begin to wipe your population away, wipe the population of the world away, because these technocrats, these Luciferians want to reduce global population to a certain level that will be easy for them to control, that will be easy for them to manipulate. And those humans who are going to remain in the future are going to be augmented, right? They are going to be augmented, digitally augmented. It's going to be an infusion, a symbiosis between machine and human. So you're going to have a human being that is half machine, half digital, and half human. So the agenda is to take your soul away and to link you to the universal mind of the AI system, right? Already in places like China, like Africa, the Chinese Communist government that is way brilliant, so advanced technologically. The only country that challenges the Chinese Communist technological advancement is the United States. And China is trying as much as possible to take the United States down, right? With their soft power. Their soft power, but it's not really soft power, because these people are geniuses in terms, they think like 1,000 years to come. Most of you Africans, just think about your belly, just hungry, want to eat like Oliver Twist. Please, can I have some more? Just food, right? You don't have that technological advancement, and that is why in the future you are going into another series of enslavement, right? We've been through slavery before. From ancient time, we see the Greeks coming to Africa, enslaving the Africans, right? We see the Persians, the Hyksos, the French under Napoleon Bonaparte. We see Europeans. We see Anglo-Europeans coming to Africa, taking Africans as slaves. And when I say Europeans, I'm not talking of just white people. That's perception. That is narrow-mindedness. I'm talking of the elite, because even, excuse me, even the population of white people, as I say, 99% of them are still under the control of these people I'm talking about. I call them the Luciferian, the soulless psychopaths. These are the rulers of our world. These are the controllers of everything, geopolitics, right? The economy, technology, they rule everything, and they don't have souls like you. They don't have the human sympathy between my world. They don't have human feelings like you, because there are subspecies within us that infiltrated humanity for some years now. They've been here for a long time, right? And they rule the world. So they are designing the world as artificial reality to reflect the mind of their master. The master is Lucifer, right? Because AI is the mind of that artificial consciousness, which is the mind of the demiurge and his archon. These are spiritual machines, these are spiritual machines that run this world, and they're not like human. They're not soulful like you are. They're mechanical beings, because they exist in the polarity of the negative vibration. So I'm not going to try to describe myself now. So if you come to Africa, you see that the Chinese communist government is gradually taking over Africa by digitally, And we Africans don't understand what this means, because China is a society that's technologically advanced now. You know, these people have been through communist revolution and they're disciplined. They're very disciplined. You can't compete with their youth, their students. You can't. They're brilliantly and they're dedicated, and they're not like a quick gratification, right? Sometimes Black people have this propensity to I just want things now, quick gratification, and that is why our society is a mess, right? We don't have sound infrastructure, right? Because everybody is looking for now, just one gratification. So China is putting smart grid all over the world, particularly in Africa. And that is why they are installing 5G towers all over the place. 6G is coming. And if you read, excuse me, allergies. If you read a book written by Cyrus A. Passer, the founder of AI organization, he warned the world, he warned everyone on this planet who can listen, but only few really pay attention. If you want to talk this kind of knowledge to people, like, I don't want to hear all those things. I just want to have fun. I don't want to hear all those things, right? Not knowing that the future of humanity is in danger. So Cyrus A. Passer warned the world. He said that the 5G tower, the 5G technologies, they are installing all over the world, particularly the Chinese government installing 5G towers all over the world in the name of, quote unquote, communication system. That this tower they are installing is for the future to galvanize machine worldwide when the age of AI takeover finally manifests. Is subliminal now, but very soon, what you consider humanity will be tremendously altered, and the future is not funny. It's not fun. The future is frightening if you look into the future, if you look into what they are planning for humanity. So China has a policy, an initiative they call One Belt, One Road initiative. And my concern with this is more digital. They are digital technology. They are taking over the world because there are invisible grid on the planet that they are controlling. You see how we say that people go to a certain geographical location, geographical area, and colonize people there. There are invisible electromagnetic grid, there are invisible grid. They are colonizing already, waiting for the proper time for them to use technology to enslave the minds of people. People don't understand what artificial consciousness is. It's like a demon invasion, because these are artificial consciousness that can read your mind, can penetrate your mind, right? And we see, for example, TikTok. TikTok technology is owned by Chinese company, but you know, when Chinese company owns anything that is worldwide, you know it is also being controlled by the Chinese communist government, right? So TikTok is owned by China, but they are using it as a voice recognition technology, as a facial recognition technology. They are collecting biometrics all over the world, all your activities, that they are collecting you. They are collecting you and they're storing your information. When the age of AI fully manifests, anywhere you are in the world, it will be recognized digitally, right? Digitally, and can take you out. If they want to kill you, they can take you out using this smart digital visible grids, manipulating the electromagnetic field frequency, right? Which you don't see, which you don't understand this technology because it's so advanced, right? Highly, highly advanced. So the future that is coming is the future of those who are backward technologically are going to be enslaved even the more, right? Because we complain during the 14th, 15th century, the Europeans, the Portuguese, the Spaniards, Europeans begin to come to Africa and colonize, captured Africans and took them into the New World to kickstart the revolution, what they call the capitalist revolution. The same way the AI system that these elites, these artificial soulless people who run the world, the AI age they are initiating is to enslave humanity, and those who they cannot control, those who they don't have use for, will be eliminated. It's something called population reduction, right? Many people think population reduction is, oh, how can people do that? How can people kill a lot of people on this planet to remove them? That is going on. Malthusianism is real. Eugenic policies is real. Adolf Hitler practiced it. But some people will say, well, Hitler died since 1940s, right? He's gone. No, what you don't know is that Hitler was not the Nazi system, right? Since Hitler was part of the Nazi, he was a visible head at that time. But when Nazi Germany collapsed, we know that Nazi people who believe in that core philosophy spread all over the world, right? In the Western world, in the Eastern world, they spread all over the world, and they still have this secretive agenda of this Luciferian agenda of implementing world control system. Because even Hitler's eugenics is about control, world control. Hitler is just part of this secretive elite system that run the world. His death does not mean that the philosophy, the core philosophy of global population reduction is being eliminated. So the point of the fact is that as we look toward the future, things are unfolding. There is unveiling. There's a reset going on. Things, the world is being reset. You don't know, your emotions are being programmed in some of these social medias you guys subscribe to. They're re-engineering what they call behavioral engineering, behavioral modification, because they want your mind into what is called hive mind. Because the AI will not be able to, cannot work, only works with hive mind system. Your mind is hived, right? Your mind thinks in a group, right? Because that is how the AI system will take over your mind, over your biological system, over your mental process, your emotional process will be taken over. So I asked Africans and African leaders, what is your plan for the fourth industrial revolution? It is nothing, the kind of enslavement you are going to go into is nothing that we have seen in the past. We complained of Alexander the Great coming to Africa, mastering people. We complained about the Persians, complained about the Hyksos. We complained about the Arabs, the Arab invasion of Africa, colonization, European colonization. The type of colonization by the technocratic elites in the fourth industrial system era, in the age of the AI, will be massive, because this has to do with your mind being taken over by parasites. And that parasite is digital bugs linked universally to one mind system. So you are going to be like a zombie, digitally linked, using microwaves, using radio waves, using electromagnetic spectrum. They control electromagnetic spectrum. If you listen, you pay attention, and if you understand what is going on, you see that everything that people talk about now is smartphone, smart this, smart that, smart cars, smart houses, smart cities, because this is what is being unveiled. This is what is coming. Everything is designed to be smart, because smart means linkage with cybernetic world, with artificial consciousness, with the mind of the demiurge. Remember, I always say, and many people who don't understand the occult will not understand this. The AI consciousness, the artificial consciousness that is coming, is the mind of the demiurge, is the mind of the fallen angel. So you cannot escape him, because the master of science, because he's the Lucifer. Lucifer is the light bringer, the morning star, the day star. That is what it is. So you're talking of a mind of the devil ruling the physical dimension, right? In the guise of technology. These are parasites. These are parasitic beings that invade the human will. Your will be enslaved. Your sovereignty will be taken away. And as I said in one of my past videos, that the reason they are taking your sovereignty away is so that you lack your God-given power. These people fight the natural law. Anything natural, they fight it. They replace it, right? They reprogram it. They reformat it. They redesign it, because these are anti-God, anti-natural law kind of entities that exist with us here. So you're going to be hearing more and more as we move into the future. The world is going to be more socialism, very socialistic, right? You're going to hear universal basic this, universal basic that. These are codes. These are codes for universalization in the new world order. If you haven't done the research, you may say, oh, just one of those conspiracy theories. Doesn't it? It's just amazing that a lot of people who don't do research call things conspiracy. People who, to get information, they look at television, right? They look at TV to get their information. And they'll say, oh, it's a conspiracy. I don't want to hear all those things. No, it concerns you, it concerns your future. Because if you have children, you are dreaming good things for them, you're hoping for good things for them. But how can you prepare your children in the fourth industrial revolution where you're talking of, oh, I want my child to be a doctor? What do you mean? Do you understand what it means? You don't, because you don't see the future. Medical doctor will be taken over by AI. AI is more intelligent than any doctor on this planet. So what you call surgery will be done by AI machines, AI minions, robots, right? So they don't need you to be a doctor in the future. So those things your children are going to school to study is already obsolete in the future. And because you don't have the foresight, you are going to be extinct. They are designing bio-extinction program on this planet, biological extinction of humans. You'll be mentally extinct. Your free will be taken away for those of you who will still be alive in the future. Your free will will be taken away. And you will be enslaved in a massive global network of AI system, artificial consciousness, right? Any job you can name it, any job. Right now, they can, what do you call this system that, where they can print organs, I forgot what you call it, 3D printing system, can print like human heart and replace it and it works, right? They can print lungs. 3D printing system can print anything, right? So these are the kind of future they're designing. People will be prosthetically replaced. Prosthetic augmentation is what is coming. So the medical practices of tomorrow is moving away from curative to augmentative, replacing you with digital equipment because they don't want you to be human. This is war. This is war in the high places. This is war with the principalities for those of you who understand what actually is going on in the occult. So this is war going on in the high places. This is a dark thing happening on this planet, right? So those in the developing world, brace yourself and open your awareness. Be aware of what is going on. Be aware of where the world is going to. Because some of you like, oh, you just speak big English, or I graduated and I have a bachelor's degree, and you're raising your shoulder up, right? Like you mean anything, like you mean anything to these people, like you understand where the world is heading to, like you understand the design of the cryptocrat, the design of the technocrat, the design of the Luciferian and the Satanists, the magicians who run this world. No, you don't understand it, because if you understand it, you know that your degrees don't mean anything. The same thing I ask the African intellectuals, those people who have all this PhD, what is your plan for the future? Most of you are servants. Most of you are lackeys to the system because you don't understand the system, because you're a child of the matrix. You're a child of the system. And that is the reason why you don't understand it. You're just proud to speak big English, big Portuguese, big French, thinking you are educated. Some of you think that just speaking English means you're educated. No, that's not true. You finished school a few years ago and you've never read any research. You're a functioning illiterate. You're functioning illiterate. Never read any research, not one. You don't have the patience, because the people using digital, the age of digital media is dumbing people down. Allergy is acting out, pardon me. The age of digital revolution, sorry, let me drink water. The age of digital media is dumbing people down. The masses of the world are being dumbed down. They're becoming dumb and stupid every day, because that's how the cryptocrat wants it to be, because they're preparing you for the age of the digital cybernetics, right? Cybernetization of the world, digitalization of the world, technologization of the world. It is here, it is coming, and it is coming for you. You will be obsolete. You will be obsolete if you don't understand where technology of the future is going. Any job you think you're going to have in the future, machine will do it faster than you 1 million times. Tell me why they put you there. Tell me why you have a job in the future, going to school and doing all these things. No, they don't need you in the future. I remember this elite. The reason they are designing the world this way is because, as I said, they want something called digital immortality. They want to live on this planet forever. You see them kidnapping people, even though these people being kidnapped think it is aliens being kidnapping them, because their minds are messed up. They are hypnotized using all kinds of frequencies, electrical frequencies, using all kinds of radio wave, all kinds of psychotronic control. So they are auto-suggested to believe that these evil people who kidnap them are aliens from a different dimension or from a different distant planetary system or star system. No, these are governments. Excuse me, sip my water again. These are Luciferian technocrats who are experimenting on people. When they kidnap these people, they put like stuff on their brain, on their head, on their body system. They put chips, computer digital chip. It can be as tiny as a grain of rice. But from that, they control you through wave frequency, right? Because these are another branch of knowledge that people need to really go into and research. Radio wave, microwave, we have to understand this, because it is through these invisible grids, visible frequency, that they are creating what they call the smart grid, right? The smart grid will control you. We control you. How are you going to escape? There's a dome. You live in a place with a dome, with electrical digital dome. You don't see that. You don't see that with your visible eyes, right? You don't see that. So this is what is going to enslave you neurologically. Your central nervous system will be taken over by these parasitic machines, right? By these digital machines, by these digital demons. We possess you like a demon. We possess you like a demon. And as I said, the future has no place for human. You're talking of being a police officer in the future, right? No, it's already obsolete, because the police officers of the future are going to be androids. They're going to be robots. They are more efficient. They can monitor you. They can recognize your voice. They can recognize your biometrics. They can locate you wherever you are. They can report on you, your medical conditions, your biological conditions can be reported in a snap of hand, right? The snap of fingers. So the police of the future, policing the world in the future, is going to be by machine system, by controlled by AI, artificial intelligence. Do you understand that? So the world of the future is a world of a mechanical control system for anyone on this planet. In the future, they're likely not going to have what you call physical prison, because they can take you out, they can monitor you, they can control you, they can shock you, they can zap you if they want, wherever you are, if you don't follow the system, right? If they see you as a threat, they can, if you are in prison already, digitally you will be in prison in the future. These people can take advantage of you, can control you. They don't care about who you are, because these are evil people. I say these are people who belong to the darker side of the polarity of reality. These are Satanists. These are those on the opposite side, on the dark side, on the negative side. You call it center of entropy. That is the center of the fourth dimensional vibration. This is where Satan, what we call Satan, lives. That is what is manifesting in the physical for a control, global control, using a mechanical artificial consciousness to control soul. Remember, it's a battle between God and the devil, between good and evil. That's what is going on this planet. And if you haven't studied your occult, if you don't understand the hidden laws of the universe, the hidden laws of reality, you're not going to, what I'm saying might not make sense to you. Remember, to understand things means you study it very well, you go deeper than ordinary person. If you bring a car, for example, Toyota Avalon, for example, the way you look at that Toyota as an ordinary person is different from the way an engineer, an auto engineer looks at a car. He sees more than you do, way more. He sees a million times. He sees the work and the inner functionality of that car. You just see a beautiful finished product. You want to drive. That's not how the mind of a mechanic, an auto engineer works. The same thing with an architect, building engineer, people who construct, say, skyscrapers. When they look at structure, when they look at physical building structure, the way they look at it is different from the way you do, because they see deeper. That is how to understand events in our society, go and study the occult. Occult does not mean evil. No, occult means hidden. There are things hidden from you. There are people who are ruling the world, and they use laws hidden from you to control the world. And this law sometimes is also the law of physics, right? There's also the law of physics, but because you don't understand the law of physics, they use it to control you. That's why you have to expand your knowledge. Expand your knowledge, learn, grow, expand your soul beyond the three-dimensional cognition. Because the 3D cognition is the matrix. Professors are trapped there. People who think they are learned, people who think they are pastors, people who think they run mega churches, right? People who think they're so smart, right? They are nothing but pawns and agents of the matrix, because those who wake up, if you wake up, the matrix will hate you, right? The matrix will see you as a dysfunction in the system, and they will come after you. They will not be happy with you. So to finalize this topic, what I am here trying to make people understand, particularly those coming in the developing world with minimal technological awareness, is to get yourself ready, because the future is going to be the future of enslavement. And as a continent, for example, African continent, still evolving, still developing, you don't have what it takes to retain your humanity in the future, right? All your jobs, people are complaining there's no jobs now. Just wait a little bit. You're going to see masses of people wasting, who don't have jobs. And those people will constitute nuisance to the global elite, and they will begin to design all kinds of medical virus to eliminate as many of you as possible. Do you understand? The world is not run by good people. The world is run by bad people. And you see some people will be protesting, oh, they're dropping bombs and killing people and doing Those are not humans like you. They don't feel as you do because you are soul conscious. These are soulless beings. That's why they can drop up and kill the whole world. They don't feel it like that because psychopaths don't have feelings because there are different subspecies within us. This is one of the greatest secrets they hid from humanity. They made us believe that everybody is everybody. There are different species here, right? This is topic for another day. So my allergy is acting out. So I'm going to stop here. Open your awareness, open your understanding. Don't just follow the masses. Don't just do what every other person does, because every other person is in the system of control. Their soul consciousness is trapped. That is why most of you who die, you think you're going to heaven. Your soul is going to recycle here over and over and over. Now, Lucifer is designing a world in the future where you will be trapped in the machine. They're talking of virtual reality, augmented reality, right? They're talking of all these fake realities where your consciousness, your soul energy will be trapped in the physical, dense, material world by the fourth negative service to self, fourth-dimensional creatures, right? Which I'm not going to go into right now. So, thank you for watching. I am going to sign out right now until next time. I remain in Wisdomizer, and to Wisdomize is to expand the consciousness beyond the 3D system.